I understand you've acquired all the allies you could. That's good. We can call the Landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me. Excellent. I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us. Denerim is the heart and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste. As stubborn as a Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us. By calling the Landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly. He will strike back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Loghain, this is an honor, that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The blight is why I'm here. With Cailan dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies. And who is this, Eamon? Some new stray you picked up on the road? And here I thought it was only royal bastards you played the nursemaid to.
Well, you're admitting the royal part. That's a start.
The Cuthlands are dead. The Terran of Highever belongs to the House, and rightfully so.
Don't interrupt, Jarl. Your betters are talking.
Enough, Calthrian. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister. You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne. I was not talking to you.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Loghain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
Oh, is that all I have to do? No pressure.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no more mercy than I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Loghain to show himself quite so soon. My sister married King Merrick while he was still in exile. At that time, he and Loghain were inseparable. The wild prince who'd never seen the inside of a castle, and the farmer's son. When Loghain joined Merrick's rebels, he was just a raw-boned boy, but he got on one knee to swear that he would see Ferelden free or die trying. I admit, Rendon Howe has never been my favorite man to deal with. He always seemed the kind of man who enjoyed kicking stray dogs. I would not have thought Loghain would trust him. We need eyes and ears in the city. Loghain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for them. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can
Everything in here appears to be breakable. It seems most impractical.
You know, I could get to like this. The last time I came to Denerim, I stayed at... What say you?
This is a nice change. Something I can help with? Yes?
This is a nice... What's on your mind? Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today. Well, thank you for your...
I got a moment, sure. You want to be a berserk? Aye, there's a whole pile of philosophical... I can teach you what gets... Once you got that... You're a quick study, Warden. You must have been seriously steamed up about something for a long time. Aye.
Excuse me, I have to dust the Isle's sitting room. No, I'm from Redcliffe. Lady Isolde brought me here to be her I beg your pardon, sir, but I really can't be...
If one more servant asks if I would like a check... What comes, my friend?
This is not as defensible. You called. As you wish.
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable. Good, because it's like this is Erlene.
I am Queen Honora's handmaiden. She's...
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
The Queen. She is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trust... She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself. So she goes to how? A visit from the Queen to the new Isle of Denrum is only a matter of courtesy. And she demands answers. He calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room. King Kellen was like a son to him, and Logain left him to die. Does he love Honora more? Who can say? I think her life is in danger. I heard House say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Earl Eamon. Yes, that is what she hoped he would say. Logain, he has said much about the young...
We may have no choice but to trust Honora. The Queen is well loved. If Logain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
I have some uniforms. Earl Howe hires so many new guards every day. I will show you to the servants' entrance. We must... I will go ahead to House Estate.
I haven't been here in a while. Ask away.
Indeed.
Yes. It is sometimes so hard to believe that you have been through so much at such a young age.
I think I look younger than I am.
Yes, that is possible. When I was your age, I was just about ready to take on my first apprentice. In hindsight, perhaps I should have waited a few more years. I was arrogant, my confidence bolstered by my youth.
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business... Thank you.
Don't stare at me, Cho. I can be... It's so nice to be in civilization. You can't buy... Don't stare.
Another visitor, the Maestro. Enjoy, my cousin and I. Caesar handles the trade stock. I handle other affairs. Business deals, meetings. No, I am not. It has been many, many years since on the docks of Rialto. You can live a longer life out here. And a wise man can make a straightforward. I'd take Darkspawn any day. It has been many, many years since... Lockbeat.
If you have coin... If not, move along. Too many refugees blocking... Oh.
Yes.
Indeed. Trap right ahead.
And so here is the mighty Grey Warden at long last. And where is Zevran? I don't see him with you. How very disappointing.
Here I am, Taliesin. Tell me, were you sent? Or...
Oh ho! And he... I volunteered, of course. When I heard that the Great...
Is that so? Well, here I am, in the flesh.
You can return with me, Zevran. I know why you did this, and I don't blame you. It's not too late. Come back and we'll make up a story. Anyone can make a mistake. Oh, does...
I suspect I will manage. I'm sorry, my old friend, but the answer is no. I'm not coming back.
Yes.
Warden senses tingling. On it.
What do you want? Excellent! You're not left for me!
Time to dance. For blood and glory!
As you wish.
Face the way it is.
I'll write that one down.
Let's do this! Why, thank you. On your mark!
On it.
Better luck stealing from a drunk poetess.
That's right!
This should be easy enough.
Blood and glory!
What say you? And there it is. Taliesin. They will assume that I am dead along with Taliesin. So long as I do not make my presence known to them, they will... A very good thing. It is in fact what I had hoped for ever since you decided not to kill me. I have enjoyed our company, but I am wondering if it is not time for me to leave. That would be the practical... There is a freedom awaiting me that I have never known. But I suppose the decision is yours. Will you let me go? All right. You make a convincing argument. You do seem to stumble onto treasure on it. Let us return to the task. Braska.
Indeed.
Over here! The servant's entrance is on the other side of the house. We must slip past this crowd to reach it. Yes, and wherever he goes, a great many guards go with him. I beg you, do not put my lady in danger. Do you not see the angry? I will be... This way.
No, the carpenter's craft hall has had enough of house conveniences busy.
Someone's creeping around down there. Go check it out.
Warden senses tingling. As you wish. Let's get started. Desperation is an ugly perfume.
Work?
Be careful. Someone is coming.
Eamon's father had that fountain built. First one in Denerim. Of course, after that, all the other nobles had to have one.
can distract the guards, but you must move quickly. Hurry! Are you all prepared? I will go distract the guards. I will lure them in.
Over here!
The servants' entrance is on the other side of the house. We must slip. I will.
I sense something drawing near. Right. This should be it. Let's get started. Let's make this quick, shall we?
I suppose violence is the solution. Sometimes. Someone...
I can distract the guards. More guards patrol every hour. If they find these two... Oh. Are you all prepared? I will... Oh, you must come! I saw...
Darkspawn?
They will drag...
Should we call?
Did you fall off a cart full of stupid? Call for help?
They will eat us...
If there is something out there and we don't sound the alarm...
And drast these holy knickers. Fine.
Thank you. It took me for... You must be careful now. The servants, they will not look closely at anyone in uniform. All guards are alike to a cook, no? But you should not try it. Most of the guards are new. They will not know you for a stranger at a glance. It is best you keep your distance from all of them, and... She's in the guest room. Andra...
This kitchen is a disgrace. How did the old arse servants ever cook anything in here?
No one ever said the Kendalls had any...
I'd like living in a house where the family got killed. I say how ought to level...
This roast is going to be charred on one side.
You'd have to knock down every place he owns it.
Three nights in a row.
Oh, we... How's too cheap to buy it? cook's probably roasting the elves that broke in here.
Now, isn't that a shame?
I know you're bluffing.
The Grey Warden...
Thank the Maker. I would greet you properly, but I'm afraid we've had a... My host was not content with leaving me under heavy guard. He sealed the door by magic. Find the mage who cast the spell. He'll most likely be at Hal's side. Well, if he didn't know you were here, he soon will. Thank you.
Count Howe will probably be in his rooms. They're...
What? Who goes there?
I thank you for creating such distraction, stranger. I have been waiting days for the opportunity. You never hear music in the sound of a key turning in a lock until you've been imprisoned. I am Riordan, Senior Grey Warden of Jada, and you must be Duncan's last recruit. Yes, you match his description. With an offer of hospitality and a poisoned chalice. I was fool enough to think Logan. I saw him go into the dungeons. He may still be there. I wouldn't be much use to you in my current condition. I will seek you out, and good.
Who goes? You think you're clever, do you? Anybody tries to come in here without Hal's say-so, we get to do what we like with them.
I sense something going near. Look at this mess! Right. That could be easy enough. Stay still! Let's get started. Is that all you've got?
Now we're going to bed.
Maker be praised!
I'm unable to do that. Enemies approaching. As you wish. It's done.
Is that all you got?
Let's make it quick, shall we? Right.
We must have victory.
Right away.
Sounding the horns for retreat. Do you hear it? Do you hear the dogs howling? Sounding the horns. Sounding the horns for retreat. Do you hear it? Do you hear the dogs howling? They said to retreat. The horn sounded. Mother, can you smell the blood? They said it was only they died.
The poor soul was obviously torn by guilt from Ostagar. Whatever they did sent him over the edge.
No family, or friends, or daughters, or wives are dead. Leave, yes.
What month is it? Are you some enemy of our Illyrians? Please, I feel like I've spent half my life down here. Dead. Then who's ruling? His people were so angry, they were thinking of petitioning the king. There have been many... I need to get... I thank you for your aid.
Enemies approaching.
Was this supposed to be a lesson? Did my father think it funny to leave me for so long before sending you? You move in August company. I am Oswin, son of Ban Sigurd, of the... If you aren't one of our soldiers, pray tell me, who should I be thanking for my rescue? Then I have no question about why you would come, Warden. You have my heartfelt gratitude. If my father sent no one after me, I can only assume that he does not yet... But if you talk to him, I'm certain he would offer you any reward you might ask. Then there is a Landsmeet after all. Hal said the Jarl of Redcliffe was... I swear, if there be any forum to speak out against Loghain... Now, please, I must try to get to him.
That'd make an interesting pet.
Here comes trouble!
I'm on it. Right. I'm unable to do that.
Well, well. Bryce Cousland's little boy, all grown up, and still trying to fit into Daddy's armor.
I never thought you'd be fool enough to turn up here. And then, I never thought you'd live, either.
A clumsy appeal, child. He was a traitor to me and a coward to his nation. Trips to Orlais, gifts from old enemies, all while I sank in obscurity. Your family squandered glory that was rightfully mine. How suitable that their deaths should raise me to the ear of a king. If you think you can take this from me, that I will allow it, you are very much mistaken.
Enemies approaching! You had it coming!
Alright,
Right. Let's get started.
You forced our hand! Poor bastard!
As you wish.
Make it have mercy on... Make it have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant... Make it have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant me a place at your side. Grant me the cleansing... Make it have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant me a place at your side. Grant me the... Make it have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant me a place at... Make it have mercy on your faithful servant.
Make her spit on you. I deserved more.
Who's there? Stay away. You can't do this to me. I'll have you all flayed. I'm the Arl of Denerim. I'm Vaughan Kendalls, heir to the Arl... Too many of our troops were lost at Ostagar. When the riots started, Howe came with men to reinforce... Or that's what he claimed. As soon as I let me out of here, I'll do anything. Of course. Anything. Just let me out. I swear you won't regret this.
Andraste. Alstana. No, I don't know you, do I? Alstana? I'm Erminric, Knight Lieutenant of the I failed in my duties. Forgive me. The Malefica. He had turned blood magic upon Templars and Circle mages to escape from his tower. But the Thames men took him from me and brought me here. Yes, he destroyed his phyla. You are real, aren't you? My dreams are so strange. Give this ring to my sister. Lady of perpetual sorrows, pray for me.
Done and done.
My thanks. Thank you. I'll trust you to lead us safely out. If Howe's people find me, I'll be killed. And my people will insist on escorting...
Warden, in the name of the Regent, I am placing you under arrest. Surrender, and you may be shown mercy. Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here or anywhere else. Her father would never stand for such a thing.
What? Sir Catherine! Praise the Maker you're here. This brigand tried to kidnap me.
Unbelievable.
Warden senses tingling.
For Logan and
Come, you can do better than that. Is it just me, or do you actually have a chance?
I need healing.
Show me what you got. On it. Less fighting, more dying! Like you!
Here comes trouble!
On it. As you wish. Stay still!
You should run while you're I'm hurt. I need help. I need healing. Enough!
This should be easy enough.
Be careful! I need healing soon.
am unable to do that.
Someone's here.
Look, you didn't say nothing. Call!
On it.
Come and get it, fiend!
Finished.
Just look at this. How was worse than the rioters?
Message for you, my lord. More things to...
All men are the work of our maker.
Though stung with 100...
Those who bring hell. Without provocation, the least of the children are begged and cursed.
Don't stare at nature.
I can have my father from his family like that.
Did you see Wolf's face when he arrived?
Whoever you are,
West Hills.
Poor Oswin obviously didn't recognize you. He described you in great detail, but never mentioned you were a Cousland. I owe you his life. You see me at a loss. I suppose I am Ban Sigurd of the Dragon's Peak Benorn. Is there anything you would ask as a reward for saving Oswin? Thank you again. Know that I will stand behind you at the Landsmeet with all the support I can muster. In fact, I am taking my supper today with Ban Reginalda of the White River Benorn. I'll speak with her about this at once. Your lands are in the south. Surely you've seen the Blight yourself.
What do you suppose Eamon is playing at? May I help you? This is Ermenric's. Explain yourself. My brother would no more part with this ring than with his head. I haven't heard from him in months. Where is he? What's happened? Captured by whom? And why? I thank you for bringing me this news. If you will be so kind as to tell me where he is, I will go to him at once. Ah, politics. You're more canny than I thought. My voice... Thank you. Take...
You'll have to excuse me. I'm engaged.
Did you see Wolf's face when he arrived? I heard West Hills has fallen to Darkspawn.
Your lands are in the south.
Wonderful. Another one.
You've seen the Blight yourself.
You're the youngest Kuzland, aren't you? Probably looking for coin or men to take your Ternir back then. You're better off asking the Darkspawn. They hold West Hills now. Shouldn't you be dead, then? No matter. I've nothing left for you to take, Grey Warden. Not even my sons. You're wasting your time here. Well, I can see how you might miss it. All of southern Ferelden covered by black clouds, the ground rotting beneath your feet, plagues and darkspawn raids going on until even the crows get sick of the smell of carrion. What's a little trifle like that? There's no point.
Hardly. You know very well I've been in Denerim these past 2 years.
What do you suppose Eamon is playing at?
You hear about the note? You are of great interest to me. Who do you blame for a death? The sword or the swordsman? Crows are swords. So one of our swords is hired out. He and his employees will do their job or die trying. But the crows as a... Ferelden is a busy place. Sometimes they really don't. The people that handle that sort of thing can get real busy. You could say that. So, someone that's crossed our path and lived, well, I hand you a scroll. If you find out something happens to him, you don't like what's on the scroll, don't do anything. Maybe he has an accident and someone else tells me all about it. No offense, no harm.
You'll have to excuse me. I'm engaged.
My own expedition, my own team. I can't wait to get going. Oh, and with this blight, I'm afraid I will have to wait until all this is over. This is where you come in. Oh.
Dwarven crafts. Fine.
Dwarven crafts. Direct Welcome back. Is there something
Maker's breath, it's good.
Indeed. After your rather alarming lack of subtlety, I feared the worst for you. I prayed for your safe return. You are not. It seems the entire purpose of my disguise completely escaped the Grey Warden. Thankfully, no harm was done. I am hoping that, despite our unfortunate beginning, we can still work together. Will you hear me out? We will need to work. My father has gone mad. I didn't believe it at first, but he is gripped by a paranoia so severe. He saw me as a threat. Yet even now, I'm certain he will be telling the nobles you are dangerous murderers that have kidnapped and mind-controlled me. He may even believe it. I thought so. I'd hoped so. Hal's influence was strong. His death, but even that will not be enough. I know, my father. You will need ammunition come the Landsmeet, and I can help you in that regard. You have only just arrived in the city, so perhaps you are... Denerim has been in turmoil since Ostagar. Strangely, the unrest is worst in the alienage. Few elves accompanied the army. They should have little reason to be upset, which means that Hal and my father must have given them reason. I don't know what is happening there, but I am certain my father has his hands in it.
A useful lead, Honora, but you could have sent this information with your maid.
That is true. I feared for my safety as Hal's prisoner. But to tell the truth, I sent Elena to you because I hoped we might join forces. You need that evidence for the Landsmeet, but you also need a stronger candidate for the throne. You need me. I have no doubt Alistair is biddable enough, and decent, but even with his blood, he is no king. Not only that, Alistair is a Grey Warden. It will look like you are trying to put a Grey Warden on the throne, despite your claims.
Honora, you are indeed Kaelin's widow, but...
I am the daughter of Ferelden's greatest general. Who do you think... I am what this country needs, not an untrained king who does not even want the throne. Consider what I have said. For now, I think I will retire...
Well, she's quite spirited. Poor Galen was a good boy, but Honora was always 2 steps ahead. Had him jumping when she snapped since the first time she battered her. I cannot help thinking she may be trouble, but we should keep her close, all the same. This is an alliance of convenience. Be careful how much trust you place in her. I do not for a moment think Honora means to give up her power easily. Still, I would rather have her where we can watch her than actively working for Loghain. Honora was a capable administrator for Kaelin's lands, but she has not a drop. We did not fight the Orlesians all those years just to lose our royal line in a single generation. Not when there's a surviving son of the blood.
No, I don't, which I've told both of you on many occasions. If Honora's turned against Loghain, I say let her keep the crown. It looks better on her anyway.
You're both wrong. With a few months of experience, Alistair will make a fine king. He knows how to lead troops to defend his land. He knows how to show compassion to those less fortunate, and how to trust to the Maker's guidance to know right. And he knows who to turn to for aid, should that training fail him. He will be fine.
Are you serious? No, never mind. I'm going to stand over here.
That would certainly solve a lot of problems, and put forth the strongest argument before the Landsmeet to remove Loghain from power. With Therin blood on the throne, and Honora's wisdom and popularity, Ferelden could present the most united front against the Blight. Unfortunately, the marriage would never happen, unless they both agreed to it. And I suspect that might take a lot of persuading to get past her pride and his humility. Ferelden was first united by Callum. That was the heritage we preserved from the Order. Without that to unite us, we certainly have a great deal to plan. Maker knows what that man is. Of course. Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you.
I haven't been here at Ask Away. Of course. Never... I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Oh, so that's what we're talking about. I myself have also never done... Well, living in the Chantry is... Enough.
Hello again, Warden. I realise that my actions at how... First, let me say that I knew your family. Eleanor, in particular, was dear to me. And I will be blunt. I can see that your voice will be a strong one in days to come. My father must be stopped. But once that is done, Ferelden will need a ruler. I would welcome your support for my throne. Do you disagree? You are a fellow Grey Warden. What do you think of Alistair's potential to rule? Never mind his willingness. Alistair seems like a kind, well-meaning man, and biddable enough. He also seems to be a fine Grey Warden, which is exactly why he should remain one and serve the kingdom by defeating the Darkspawn. Cailan knew of Alistair. It was Arl Eamon that kept Alistair out of the courts, as Merrick had desired. Oh, there are some who would follow Alistair out of respect for his Therin blood. The others would see this as Eamon grabbing for power. Who else do you think Alistair would turn to for help? Alistair's weakness would destroy everything Merrick built. I have ruled this nation on Cailan's behalf for many years. Ferelden needs an effective... Thus, I say again, I would welcome your support for the throne if you would give it. I agree that there is much to be done before the lands meet, but don't you think plans should still be made for what will follow? I do. That is You will be seen as my... In return, I add my voice to yours. Do you see? Together we can do what alone we can't. Ignoring that the man looks so much like Cailan, my recently dead husband, if you'll recall, my main fear is that he might govern like Cailan. But it is true that Alistair has... A union might be considered a compromise, but... Is this something Alistair even desires? Let me say this. If Alistair is willing to stand back and allow me to continue governing the nation, then I would be willing to have him as my king. It is my understanding that governing does not appeal to him anyhow. If that is so, this is a compromise. Do so.
So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it. Really? Whatever will give you that idea? Well, it's nice that you think so. What do you think I should do? Go ahead and be king, just to let it happen? Marry her? As in, why would you do that? Did you take a blow to the head? That's crazy. I suppose. I don't know how much of a leader I am, but at least I know she's a good ruler. Go ahead, then. Now, excuse me while I go have a small...
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to... He has? To marry Kaelin's brother. Well, I suppose stranger things have happened. Is this it, then? I agree to marry Alistair to retain my throne, and in exchange I give you my support. Done. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose that will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain... I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me? No. And while I know your concern is hardly disinterested...
Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you. We have much to do and little time. My hearing must be going. I could swear you just said that Alistair and Honora agreed to marry. Pleased would hardly describe it. Shocked. I'm shocked. If you had come in here and told me they'd both sprouted wings and flown to Tevinter, I would be less stunned. This alliance can only help us. Well done, my friend. We need to do all that we can.
I haven't been... Ask away. Of course.
I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death has already brought no small amount of cheer. We went through our joining together, more years ago than I like to remember. He was exactly the same back then, tough as stone and just as grizzled. I think he understood sooner than the rest of us how ugly a choice it is to let... Always left himself a soft spot for his recruits, though. Only way he ever let himself down. Well, I'd be happy to tell you what I know, but it seems to be firm in your beliefs, protect people from their own ignorance, and be as loyal as you can to your brothers, even knowing you. It's tough to say. Only the fortress in Weishaupt has every record. But the Anderfells are home to over 1,000. It's almost like the Archdemon chose Ferelden deliberately, knowing how unguarded it is. It was near 1200. Apparently they were the first, but they had picked up followers by then, and it was they who formally founded the important thing to remember is, none of that matters. I'm glad you made it safely away. I hear Howe's death. When I'm well enough, I'm going to continue my journey toward Ost. If we want to defeat this archdemon, we need to know where it is and how soon it might strike. If there were more of us, I would agree. But as it is, I don't think we can... Good luck.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Wrecked from Orzammar.
Begone!
This is something out of place here. Someone's coming!
How exciting.
Thanks for running those thugs off. I thought they were gonna kill me. I'm fine. Please, don't talk to me.
Spare a silver for a war veteran? Oh, Andraste.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Of course. What's next? I finished. What now?
How many of our brothers and sisters and children have these men already?
I've got children at home.
So go home. The best thing you can do for your children is not trust these...
Everyone remain calm. We will help as many as we can.
Oh, you're helping us, are you, Shem? Like Valendrian and my uncle Syrian, you helped them, didn't you?
We've explained this to you before, girl. More whining will not persuade us to let you into the quarantine to carry plague back out to the alienage.
Quit trying to get us all killed, Shiani. Some of us have still got things to live for.
If this spell of theirs works, why are half the people they quarantine perfectly healthy? What's wrong, Shem? Did you get bored and decide to come watch the elves die of plague? Wait. Sora's told me about you. These foreigners say they're here to help with our outbreak of plague. Funny thing, though.
That's not true, and you know it, Shiani. Both my sisters got the Tevinter spell cast on them, and they're fine.
Where's your niece, then? And my uncle Syrian, and Valendrian? These foreigners have taken dozens of elves into that house over the last few weeks, and none of them have been seen again. One of them was our Hiren, Valendrian. And I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get him back. They won't just let you in. Well, there is another entrance. You can try. Those guards...
Is someone there? Be not afraid. I still have some sight to see you by. It is a pleasure to make... I am a Templar. I lost my sight. He called flame from the air and burned my face. The scars have healed, but don't be. Many of my brethren died in that battle. We'd heard rumors that there's an enclave of Maleficarum hidden in the alienage. Sadly, not anymore. But I have yet... Often the chase is as difficult as the resolution. So I do the Maker's work in... I have found no... However, there is something... When I came here, I immediately could feel an air of hopelessness, despair. But over time, I felt the wrongness... I don't know. But I don't suppose I could impose upon you. It took patience, but some elves opened up to me, and I've heard their sad tales. But I found no real evidence to support my... I was hoping you could be my eyes. Look around the alienage for... I don't know. You seem capable. Make her watch over you, child.
Don't stare at me.
The house has eyes. You're not one of the bad men, are you? I just want to make Grandma happy. Never met her. But Grandma, make the voices go away. The housemen. Then the blood. Poor animals. Poor us. No, sir. No, sir, indeed. Don't.
Oh, it's good to see you. You were so generous to me before, and these are other veterans.
I'm an orphan.
Oh, and an orphan. Please, my lord, can you... I am insulted. And Oli...
My...
No need to mention that, Oli. Will you help us? Thank you.
What have you found? There's been no fighting in the alienage recently. I suppose there could be... That's by the orphanage, right? A sad place. I'll report that at once. I've heard such... I suppose someone may... One odd thing I am willing to believe. But two, both of your clues were near there. The feeling is intense here. This is the right place. The evil here. You go first. I will follow.
Do you hear me, Sir Willem, Sir Willem?
I'm unable to do that. Let's get started. It's either you or me. Better be me. On it.
We might want to walk properly here.
Let's get started.
I can't die. I will never die.
1, 2, Max.
Enemies approaching.
Ask me anything. Just like you wanted.
Right.
I never liked this part.
As you wish.
Make a breach.
This should be easy. You're mine. Only one shall stand.
Allow me. I could do that for you. It's done. What's next?
That's a lot of blood.
Leave me alone. Just go. The voices won't protect me. They will.
This should be easy enough.
Just like you wanted.
There he is! Now, no crowding.
There are a lot of unfortunates in the ape.
I still...
Yes, sir. And poor Oli still doesn't have his parents.
After the riot, many people...
You're like a hero here, good sir.
All of...
The bad men, they call for blood no more. It's my grandmother. May I have it? I feel... Oh, thank you, sir. I have to...
I ask you to stand back. Some of these people are carrying the plague. The alienage is not safe for visitors.
I'm afraid that is not possible.
That will not...
For your own sake...
No, you can't go inside just for a moment. So you might as well walk right back around to the front doors. You shouldn't be out on the streets now anyway. What with the plague? Look, this is how things are. I didn't make the blight or the plague or anything. Not enough to put up with all these questions. What do you want? 6.
Task complete. Under the... I sense something drawing near.
Danger.
Let's get started.
Defend yourself!
Right.
Let's make this quick!
Let's get started.
Finished.
Help us, please! We're not sick! Let us out of here! Thank you, friend. They took him away already, through the back alley. We don't know where You don't have...
That wasn't so bad.
I could do that for you. What now? Something I can help with?
Warden senses tingling.
Stuck your nose in here, sham.
They're fighting or dying! Blast you!
We must have victory.
This should be easy. On it.
What's next? Just like you wanted.
It is done.
What's this? Another shipment or... Wait. You're no Tevinter. Who are you supposed to be? Oh, no!
I sense something drawing near. Right. It's done. On it. This should be easy enough. It's done.
What is the meaning of this? We were told that there would be no interference from the authorities. Oh? An errant group of... You will regret this, you know. You Fereldans talk a great deal about how very wrong slavery is. But isn't it funny how quick... So I should feel kinship for these sheep? Don't be a fool. I am Tevint...
You can't just take people from their homes and...
But enough. I am here to halt your slaughter, nothing more. Let us finish this, then.
Enemies approaching!
Yeah, right ahead.
Show me what you've got!
I never liked this part.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you? Well, she's hardly discreet. The way she looks at you, it's as though she's completely forgotten there's anything of you above the waist. I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted... She is a cunning woman, a Maleficar. She will use you for her own ends. I am telling you what I see. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires. Love is ultimate. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do? Nothing is certain. Not in these times. I am just trying. I have given my advice.
Oh, great. No wonder to stop for lunch, too.
A little frantic. I can see why.
Trap right ahead.
It's either you or me, and it's gonna be me. Right. As you wish.
Fear is your weakness. Desperation is an ugly
I suppose violence is a solution. Sometimes.
I am Caladrius, and you, I assume, must be the Grey Warden I've heard so much. What I want is for my business here to be concluded smoothly. If that requires that you... I've heard that you're trying to erode Logain's support. It must be a difficult task, yes, like washing away a mountain. Perhaps you could use some help. Sarcasm is... Truth be told, there was always a limit to how long we were going to be able to operate here. We've paid for many of Logain's troops, but... So, here is my offer. 100 sovereigns from... Then, we leave a few days...
I feel dirty.
So, do we have a deal? Even you must admit it's much better than resorting to barbarism. Interesting. Oh, no, that won't do. These elves are... Have you anything else to suggest?
I sense something drawing near. Right.
Enough! Enough! It seems your reputation is an accurate one. I surrender. Were I to use the life force of the remaining slaves here, allow me to leave this...
Little service. He is talking of blood magic. Surely you would not... Most wise.
Then, I don't suppose you would consider just, letting me go? Ah.
Right. On your guard!
You don't look like it. Are you one of them? What happens to us? Free. We will not trespass long on your good grace. Ah, it's you. Please, come in. Tell me, how is Duncan? He's been a friend of mine for many years, yet I knew that the Warden suffered great loss. We've been through outbreaks of pestilence during... He came here. Now, please, I suspect...
Allow me. I could do that for you. I've finished.
Good luck to you, Warden.
It's so nice to be in civilization. You can't buy or leave your food.
As there is but one world, one life.
Blessed are the people.
One God, and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods.
Dwarven. Welcome back. Is there something else? Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
Ah, there you are. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exact... Maker forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing... We must end the civil war quickly. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace.
I hope Eamon doesn't expect me to give a speech. Maker, he probably does, doesn't he? Oh.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yes.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place...
Tell us, Warden. How will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Kaelin's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle. Oh, do continue. The Landsmeet hungers to hear the tactical analysis of Ostagar from a spoiled child. You goaded him into making that charge. He believed the tales, Warden. He thought your handful of men would turn the tide for him. Strategy and consequences be hanged. What would you have me do? Kaelin's was not the only life in my hands.
Indeed. Do we not owe it to Merrick to see his son on the throne?
If he were a true son of Merrick, I would not hesitate to swear fealty to him. But I see nothing of Merrick in this pup. But enough of this. I have a question for you, Warden. What have you done with my daughter? You took my daughter, our queen, by force. Killing...
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know.
The Warden! I'm with the Warden. Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden!
Western Hills is with you, Loghain. Maker help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives?
Warden senses tingling.
I fight for Ferelden! I underestimated you, Warden. I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere.
I didn't just hear you say that. You're going to let him live?
Wait, there is another option. The Tairn is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining. There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not! Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you! How can we simply forget that? Joining the Wardens is an honor, not a punishment. Name him a Warden and you cheapen us all. I will not stand next to him as a brother. I won't! Some things can't be undone or forgiven. This guy... I didn't want to be king. I still don't. But, if that's what...
Listen to this! Can you see how disastrous a king he'd be? Putting his own selfish desires above the needs of his country? You can't...
And I thought the whole idea...
You'd throw away a very fortunate alliance for petty revenge? Perhaps Ferelden is better off without you, Alistair.
You're siding with her? How could you do this to me? You, of all people. What is wrong with you? I thought we were friends. Now you're siding with a man who killed Duncan. Isn't it? I guess I don't have any choice.
I'm afraid it's not so simple as that, Alistair.
You already got what you wanted. Your murdering father gets a place of...
Your life, unfortunately. So long as you live, rebellions can be raised in your name. Our land cannot endure another civil war. I must call for your execution. This is what you would ask? Alistair, you may leave on condition that you swear before this landsmeet that you renounce all claim to the throne for yourself and all your heirs.
That's what it'll take, huh? Fine. I don't want it. Time for me to go. Good luck. You'll need it if he actually survives the joining. You heard Honora. I do, or I get to have fun and...
And now, lords and ladies of... We will not allow this... Gather your forces. On the morrow, we shall begin...
You are called upon to...
So it's done. Thank you for giving him the opportunity to undergo the ritual. I'll